Good morning, everybody. We're eating some amazing bread for breakfast.
There's like homemade jam that I made and homemade apple butter that my sister-in-law made and milk from our cow. So it just feels like such a blessed breakfast this morning. What's really lovely about this bread is that it's completely whole grain, and she soaks the grains and then grinds it fresh just before she bakes it. We're getting about 4 loaves a week from her. It's pretty exciting.
If you've never had whole wheat bread from fresh ground wheat, you're really missing out. You might think of whole wheat bread as being heavy. When it's made from fresh ground wheat, it is incredibly light and has a flavor that's just different from any bread that you will have ever had if you've not had fresh made whole wheat bread. I love fresh bread, but it's just one of the things that I never seem to get to on a regular basis. It's kind of more of a treat around here. So I end up buying store-bought bread, which is fine, but it's just not really that good. I don't know if you caught, Brianna said that the grains or the wheat berries for this bread were soaked before they were ground. What does that mean, soaked grains?
From the one and only Nourishing Traditions by Sally Fallon, she says, whole grains also contain enzyme inhibitors that can interfere with digestion. Traditional societies usually soak or ferment their grains before eating them, processes that neutralize phytates and enzyme inhibitors, and in effect pre-digest grains so that all their nutrients are more available.
So whether you believe in it or not, there's just a little peek into why you would soak grains before eating them. And whether or not you wholly adopt or believe in kind of the Weston A. Price perspective, you could learn a lot from this cookbook. It's a totally different perspective on health and nutrition. It has a lot of great recipes, but also just has a lot of great info.
We're down here at the barn. My sister Priscilla is here. Come on, goat. Unless you want to wrestle a goat, you've pretty much got to keep any feed where they can't get to it. You hungry, Mama? Mama Pig's hungry because she hasn't been fed this morning. I put off feeding her because we have to give the pigs iron shots this morning. So I need to use the feed to get her out of her pen, separate her from the piglets temporarily, because she's not going to really like this when we start giving them shots. They're just going wherever they want to go, right? All right, we're letting Mama out. The piglets are just walking through the fence wherever they want. I guess we should have anticipated this because of their size. You may need to get out of there, y'all. Hang tight for a minute there, bud. It was way harder to catch those pigs than I thought it was going to be. The mama pig's definitely not happy, but this will not last for long. She didn't attack us or anything, but she just was upset.
Their ears
So here's
are such handsome
all the little
shapes.
piglets.
Okay, go slow, boy.
Pigs can get anemic in their first couple weeks of life, and this can actually stunt their growth. Milk from the sow doesn't really have a significant amount of iron in it. And the wild pigs would be on dirt all the time. While these pigs might be okay because they will soon be out in the pen and on dirt, eating dirt, rooting in dirt. Really, honestly, probably the safest thing is to give your pigs some sort of supplemental iron, and iron shots, by some consensus, are just the most effective way to do this. That's what we're doing our first go around. We're using dextrin. We're giving 200 milligrams. I'm gonna put this blunt needle in here and leave it in here for the duration of this so we're not sticking a dirty needle back into the iron.
No. Shaking your hand will scare them.
Alright, give me that one. What I'm going to do here is hold him upside down with his back legs up. And I'm giving an intramuscular injection into the ham of the back leg here. You can do iron subcutaneously. I'm going to go ahead and stick him. Ooh, not a big muscle. Stick him twice, poor little pig. Make sure I'm not in an artery by pulling back a little bit.
Poor little guy. You're holding him by the leg.
He's fine. It won't hurt him. If you hold the leg straight up and down with the body, it doesn't hurt him. He's okay. Alright, next. Who's next? If you don't want to be down here, Joe, you don't have to.
Would it be helpful if I held their front feet?
I think it's
You
okay.
seem to have it.
If you pull tension on their skin when you're giving shots, it's called the Z-track method. What it does is when you pull the needle out, the skin goes back over and it helps retain all the iron rather than any of it leaking out, though it's generally not a problem for it to leak out. Yeah, that was rough, wasn't it? This is the last one. We're gonna put this little guy back in and let them all calm down. Wanna let him? Do you want to put him back?
No, I want to hold him.
Okay, hold him for a second and then put him back in there. We're gonna let him back with his mommy.
There's one more out. There's one more out over here.
All right, put him back in. We're gonna let mommy nurse him, okay?
Eating, so.
Yeah, we can let her finish eating. All the piglets except for one are buried in the hay now. They ran back over to the nest and jumped in the hay.
I buried them.
You buried them. They like it under there. The mama does that sometimes.
Look at that.
Orange peel.
Pigs don't like
Orange peel is
oranges.
one of the few things that pigs don't eat.
That's right.
They eat almost everything else in the world.
They won't eat onions and they don't eat orange peels.
Joey, make it so they can stand on this side.
All right, just one more minute, and then when Mama's done with her food, we're gonna let her back in with them. This little piglet is hanging out with Mama and checking out her food. You're holding it like a baby.
That's the way they like it.
Too cute.
So that they can stand up, but they don't fall out.
That's very cute.
Right?
Good job, you did it. Mama pig is back in with the piglets now. Dolly and Brownie are down here laying beside each other in the hay that they've been munching on. Very, very cute. Very sweet. I think that went really well. The piglets are running around just fine afterwards. They're fine. It's a little hard to give them shots when they're wiggling. It does help to have experience giving shots. But anyway, it went fine. And I don't even know what to say about all the piglets running wherever they want to. It's another problem to be solved.